All right. We may or may not be live. If we're live, let me know in the chat. It says we're live, so I'm going to trust that it's working. Yep. Okay. Now, last but not least, let's hope the headphones actually connect. There we go. All right. Sheesh. All right. Awesome. We're good. All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Not sure who's here right now. I know Swift was here a minute ago. But yeah, anyways, we're going to get started with our shiny hunting. I think we're going to go for Rattata. It's the next Pokemon we need in this area. And I just realized something. I need to adjust this slightly. I just realized that that's off. Has it been off the whole time? Still counts nonetheless. I just realized the counter on my phone's not pulled up. 1 second here. 1. There we go. That should update now. Perfect. I'm going to throw on a max elixir real quick, just so we don't have to worry about stuff. And we'll start looking for our Rattata again. Okay, get another repel going. Get me out of here. Do not want to be in that menu. Thank you. I also realized we did not post in the Discord that we're actually live, so hold on. Let me actually copy paste that in the Discord real fast. Just so everybody knows that we are live. There we go. Perfect. All right. Get that counter back up here. Okay, goodbye, Rattata. We are getting everything but the Rattata to show up right now. Oh my gosh. I did not press that. Yo, what's going on, Mario? How you doing? Welcome back. I love rat. Yes, I don't love rat, but I need the shiny of it. So we got to get 2 of them actually, technically. Yes, we are streaming Swift. Adult life got in the way of streaming this week. I almost wasn't sure we were going to be able to today. But we are doing a special Saturday stream tomorrow. I don't know if you guys noticed. We don't usually stream on the weekends, but we are doing one tomorrow. So part of me was worried that we were going to only be able to stream tomorrow. But we were able to sneak one in today. I've been running around since 7 o'clock this morning. Taking care of errands. Just left Home Depot. Just your average adult activities. And it's time for some Pokemon. Just watching Pokemon Horizons, it just makes me love Quaxley more. So I ended up watching the first episode. I did not have a ton of time to watch like a lot of the episodes, but I did watch the first episode. So I am going to keep watching it. When I have time, I will definitely watch the next episode. But I liked the first episode. I thought it was good. Yo, what's going on, Jack? How you doing? What about Smash? Are we asking for another Smash stream? Is that what's going on here? I'm doing alright. Doing alright. Last few days have been pretty nuts. But other than that, I'm alright. I did not mean to run from that. Gosh darn it. And I didn't want to say darn it. But we've already been called out twice this week for being PG. Since I really don't want to spoil you guys in Pokemon Horizons and I need someone to vent to, I have my twin for that. Fair enough. I've only seen the first episode so far. Dude. My mouse is bugging. I keep pressing search and it keeps bringing up the trainer card. It's starting to annoy me. Not gonna lie, I also need to vent. What's going on with you, Jack? I'm gonna get a cup of tea. A cup of tea. I'm British. I thought British people said a spot of tea. Yo, what's going on, Chuma? How you doing? Welcome in, man. Hope you are doing well. Right now we are looking for a shiny rat. Doing okay. I hate Nintendo. The pre-order was such a show. Yeah, man, I hear you. I have another friend who was trying to pre-order it, and like they were there the second the pre-order started, and I don't think they ended up getting it from what I was hearing from them. I don't really care personally because like I'm not worried about getting a Switch 2 right off the bat. I will get one at some point, but I'm not going to be a day one Switch 2 person. I've got so much shiny hunting to do on older games, it doesn't really even matter right this second for me. I am looking forward to getting it at some point, though. I'm looking forward to playing Metroid Prime. That's one of the games that definitely is a selling point for me. The new Mario Kart looks fun enough. I'm sure you guys would probably want to do like a stream and stuff of that, so we'll probably end up doing that at some point. And then eventually, you know, when they release Generation 10 for Pokemon, that will be the next big selling point for me to upgrade. Gosh, dang it. Did you end up actually getting one, though, Chuma? Because if you did, congratulations. I know a lot of people were really struggling. Sadly, no. Ah, bummer. Sorry to hear that. That is unfortunate. Yeah, there's already people that have been, like, locally around here that have been listing the Switch 2s for, like, $1,000. There's like one guy who was listing it on Facebook Marketplace for like $2,000 or whatever, and I'm just like, bro, you're crazy. Ain't nobody paying $2,000 for a Switch 2. Okay. I want to wait for them to drop a Pokemon Switch 2 edition. Oh, yeah. If they do something like that, that would be sick. I always, like, in past years, I usually get the console, like, whenever they make a new Pokemon game. It's, like, the thing that forces me to switch to a new console. Or Smash Bros, for that matter. But I never got, like, one of the actual, like, themed consoles, really. So I think getting a Pokemon-themed Switch 2 would be pretty sick, if they end up doing one of those. I mean, if it's gone for people who want Switch 2, that's fair, but why you gotta scout, bro? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And, like, Nintendo swore that they were gonna make it harder for people to be able to scalp. They literally promised. They were saying that, like, people who have Nintendo accounts and, like, actively actually have a membership for online and, like, have, like, you know, actual hours logged in games, it would be, like, their way of making sure that they weren't bots and stuff. And to the best of my knowledge, a lot of people still got away with it. And it's one of those things where it's like, if a person had like 40 or 50 Switch accounts and they're paying for memberships on all those, like, technically that falls into the rules, right? I mean, Nintendo's making money, so they probably don't care, and they're going to consider that technically okay. But we all know that if one person has 50 Switch accounts just so that they can pre-order 50 Switch 2s and then scalp, it's not cool. It's really not. So even when Nintendo tries to take measures to make sure that people don't do stuff like that, people always find a way. What Mega do you guys want for Pokemon ZA? I would love Mega Haxorus. I don't think it's probably going to happen, though. I think somebody already leaked the Megas that are coming. And I was kind of disappointed, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, don't know for sure that that's correct, but based on the fact that the game is already pretty much done in development, and the person had like the full list of all the megas leaked. It's a little bit disappointing. I don't know if you guys have seen that list or not. I really wanted Flygon to get a mega. I know a lot of people wanted that. A ton of the Pokemon community wanted Flygon to get a mega, but I don't remember if it made the cut. I don't think it was on the list, which is a little bit of a bummer because genuinely I don't know if we're gonna get another game that really features Mega Evolution. That's kind of the Generation 6 charm. So if we don't get a Mega Flygon, it might not ever happen. Unless for some reason they just bring Mega Evolutions back, which, hey, I wouldn't mind that. I like Mega Evolutions compared to Dynamaxing and Terastallizing, personally. Someone leaked the new Megas for Legends EA. Yep, they did. Alright, so I'm back to Vent. Alright, go for it, Jack. What list, Crest? There's a list on Twitter from, like, one of the guys who, like, has leaked Pokemon stuff for, like, the last 15 years. He's been, like, notoriously correct, like, on all his leaks. And he leaked the list of all of the megas that are going to be in the game. It was, probably, like, 2 weeks ago at this point or something. But, yeah, I saw the list, and I'm a little disappointed. Hopefully not all of them. I mean, it would be really nice if the guy's wrong. It would be nice. Historically, I forget his name. He's been pretty spot on with most of the leaks. A lot of people have always like suspected that he's been like an inside person for Pokemon. But yeah, if the list is true, I have to say I'm a little disappointed. But we'll see what happens. Pyroar, yeah, Pyroar Mega would be pretty cool. I've avoided the leaks. Yeah, I've avoided like the pictures of what they supposedly look like. But I did see the list of the supposedly complete mega list, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but I'm just going to say I'm a little disappointed. Hopefully the list is not correct. Hopefully there's some more. Hopefully the ones that are on the list might be wrong, but I don't know. All right, Jack, let's see. So Jack has something to rant about. Let's see. So my crush at the moment is away to London, 2 hours away, and she now works 16 hours a day at a 5-star hotel. She hates it there. I'm either further out of her league. I mean, here's the thing. As long as you guys still talk and you keep that communication going, there's still a shot. So, if you stop communicating, you stop talking and stuff like that, then that door can shut. But as long as you keep doing that, the door stays open. Not gonna lie, I messaged her yesterday, after not messaging her for like 3 months. Oh shoot, so you already went like a period of time without messaging her. See, that's the thing. If you like somebody and you have the ability to communicate with them, you gotta keep that thing constant. Like, hey, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. What's going on? Anything new? Like, you gotta just basically like think about it like this. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you're going to be checking in on them every day. You're going to be talking with them every day. So if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, you got to put in the work before too. That's just the way it goes. I need to watch season 2 of Horizons. I have not even watched... I've only watched the first episode of Horizons, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. She's also 2 years older than me. Well, depending on how old you are, age can be a problem, but it also cannot be depending on how old you are. If you're already an adult, it's not really too big a deal. Obviously, if you're younger, it can definitely make more of a difference. You're 16. Well, then technically, I don't know how things work across the pond over in the UK, but over here, that would be a little bit of a sticky situation, just because obviously you would still be considered a minor here. So that complicates things a bit. Technically, it's somewhat appropriate. Or legal here, I see. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. I think if I'm looking at it from their perspective and I'm 18 years old, I'm probably thinking about the repercussions of if you were in a relationship with somebody younger than you. So that might be part of it. It could be like nothing to do with the fact that like they don't like you, but it could just be very much so like they're just trying to be safe about it and respectful about it, which is honestly a good thing. But there's nothing wrong with, again, you know, staying in touch and whatnot, because, you know, you will be 18 at some point. And like I said, once you're an adult, 2 years isn't really a big deal. But when you're still under 18, 2 years can be a big deal. So just keep that in mind. Oh my goodness. This Rattata is giving me so much trouble. And the funny thing is, I've looked for shiny Rattata in other games. Like, I was hunting for Rattata in Let's Go Pikachu. And I think I had like a couple hundred of a chain going. Oh my gosh, stop clicking on the trainer card. My mouse isn't even hovering that, and it keeps clicking that. It's driving me nuts. And anyways, what I was trying to say was that Rattata has just been absolutely avoiding me. And I have a feeling, for some reason, this shiny just does not want to show up for me. Couldn't tell you why. Alright, I'm going to throw in a max elixir. There we go. Yeah, so I believe what Mario is saying is that it's not on Netflix for people who aren't in the US for season 2. So other people in like other countries, they have different stuff on their Netflix than we do, and vice versa. So this would be a perfect opportunity for a NordVPN ad if I was sponsored by NordVPN, but I'm not, so you don't get one. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, Swift, if you want to put that in the Discord. The only thing I say is just make sure that the link is safe. Don't want to be getting a bunch of people in the Discord any viruses or anything. So as long as you've used it before and you know it's safe, then go right ahead. There we go. Taking forever for Rattata to spawn. All right, we've got a chain of 45. So the way these encounters for the Dexnav work is typically after 40, after a chain of 40, you get quite a significant shiny boost. However, like I said, Rattata has been giving me a very hard time. I'll post it in anime. Yeah, that'd be perfect, Swift. That's literally the perfect channel for that. I cannot think of a better channel. I would think, I think, in my opinion, Goomy is just cute in general. I feel like Goomy's a really cute Pokemon. And in the anime, I feel like they definitely try to, like, accentuate that it's a cute little Pokemon. I think they do a good job of that. Okay, let's try this again here. There we go. So one thing that's a little bit frustrating about the Dexnav encounters is that you have to like walk around sometimes to like get it to reset. And it's not like an absolute perfect science. It's a little finicky. But other than that, I do enjoy it. It's a really cool shiny hunting method. It took a little bit to get used to, but now that I've gotten the hang of it, it is nice. Yeah, but like I said, the Discord, some of season 2 episodes, I think all of them have the Japanese intro. Not gonna lie, they make them better. I prefer them over the English ones. They make it dumb. I watched the first episode of Horizons in English because I don't remember if you specified during the stream which one I should watch, Swift. But I watched it in English. If you think it's better in Japanese, let me know. I might do that instead. But again, I liked the first episode. I thought it was good. I wasn't 100% sold on the voice actors for the English, so if the Japanese sounds better, then I will gladly switch over. So, I don't know. You let me know. You, like I said, you've already seen the series. I don't even care that this song always gets copyright flagged every stream. There's always a different version of it that plays during the stream. I love this song. So, too bad, YouTube. Alright, I should probably heal up. I just realized. And you know what? We'll use an elixir while we're in the bag. Might as well save time. Oh no, I meant the Japanese intros are better for season 2. They made it perfect, but for the English version, they ruined the intro, in my opinion. But continue to watch it dub. Okay, we'll do. Will do. Speaking of shows, have anybody in the chat seen Invincible? If you guys have seen Invincible, let me know. Swift said no, never. So I just, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I finished the last episode of Invincible that's available. So I guess I gotta wait for more of it to come out. But I really like it. It's good. It's a little gruesome at times, but so are some of the best animes. So. Swift said never for me. I know when I'm older, I'm gonna get Pokemon plushes and merch that I can get my hands on. Heck yeah. That is one of the nice things of growing up, is that you start being able to get cool Pokemon stuff. I think the last Pokemon merch I got, was the Pokemon Eevee Squishmallow when it came out. I was really excited about that. They did a really good job with it because I mean, almost all of the Pokemon Squishmallows are really good. They've done a good job with all of them, but specifically the Eevee one is really cool because they gave it like the furry, fuzzy texture around the collar, which I thought was really smart, and it's great. They did a good job with that one. I'm excited for the Torchic one to come out. I think the Torchic one is going to be really exciting. I was talking about the Eevee Squishmallows, Swift. I was saying that that was the last Pokemon plush that I got recently. And then I think the other Pokemon merch that I got not too long ago, I think it was actually the same time, same package actually. I got the Zora Aura? Wow, I can't speak. Zorua. That evolves into Zoroark. The Zorua Pop Funko. Because I thought it looked so darn cute. So, I grabbed one of those and threw it up on the shelf behind me. So, I'm going to be doing some renovating. I've talked about it in some other streams. I'm going to be doing some renovating in the office here. Getting a better desk set up. Because the one I'm using right now is more of like a temporary desk. Once I get that desk set up, I'll have like the backdrop and everything set up with stuff going on. So we'll have our whole setup and camera and all that stuff back on too once we get it all fixed. Where's the rat? That's what I'm saying, Mario. Where's the rat? Give me the shiny rat. I need rat. That's exactly what I'm thinking right now. I need rat. I just want that green rat to show up already. The worst thing is I gotta catch 2 of them. Like, it's not even just like a one and done, like, oh, I can move on. It's like, I need 2 of these things. So if we could get the first one, that would be amazing. The other day, when the internet wasn't working, I was doing some shiny hunting because I was like, well, I really want to shiny hunt. Even if I can't stream, I'm still going to shiny hunt. And I got 7 shinies in like 2 hours. I was absolutely having insane shiny luck. I posted a good amount of them in the Discord. So I think you guys have probably already seen a good amount of them. Why don't you use Oddish? I don't really think it matters because I'm just knocking them out. That's mainly the real issue. Also, Skarmory has slightly more PP because my Oddish only has Giga Drain, and my Skarmory has 2 attacks, so it like goes a little bit longer. So it's like 50 PP versus 16 or whatever. So I just have to use less max elixirs this way. Okay, 91. Yes! Let's go! We got the shiny rat! Woo! 91. Oh my gosh, that took forever. Blinking, you missed it. There we go. Shiny Rattata. Look at that thing. Woo! Alright, we're going to throw a Nest Ball. I think Nest Ball will be a good color scheme for it with the green. let's go and catch this. Alright, here we go. Can you get in the ball, please? Get in the ball, please. You killed me. That was rude. Alright, get in the ball, please. There we go. Woo! Rattata's caught. Look at it. So pretty. Alright, let me go and save since we did get that. What level was it? I just want to make sure. What level does Rattata evolve into Eradicate? Is it 40? Just want to make sure this thing doesn't evolve while it's in my party. Oh, it's level 20. Oh, shoot. Okay, I need to go drop this thing off at the PC. Because if I don't drop this thing off at the PC, it's going to end up evolving in my party, and I can't really have that. So let me get to a Pokemon Center quick. Is there not a Pokemon Center? There it is. I was about to be like, where's the Pokemon Center? Alright, this is literally our box of all the shinies that we've been finding during the streams. There's when we got double numeled. We got that one. This one was off stream, off stream, off stream, 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 off 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 stream. Or no, that one was on stream. Off stream, off stream, off stream, off stream, off stream, off stream. And now we get to put this little guy in the next box. Cool, there he is. All right, perfect. Now what? Now we go for another rat. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't find a clip, but in Japanese it's saying something different. I'm trying to see. Okay. Gotcha. Well, we got the shiny Swift, so welcome back. We're gonna head right back over here. And we're going to... Whoa! What's going on, Cole? How you doing? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely wild introduction. I need to really quickly set up the counter for the next Pokemon here. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, Dexnav, Shiny Charm, yes. Okay. And then I need to also real fast grab the next sprite that we need, which in this case is Eradicate. Okay, we're going to drag that down over to here. And then we're going to go over to here. Drag that in, add that over to the section for currently hunting. Boom! Alright, there we go. Now, minimize that. That can stay open. That goes back there. We're at 0. We're going to start. This is 1. Okay, get this thing out of here. Oh, I just realized I gotta also revive my Skarmory. The thing absolutely destroyed my Skarmory's life. There we go. We're good now. Alright, so who's got any fun weekend plans? What are you guys up to this weekend? Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Who's Mr. Freeman? Y'all know Mr. Freeman? I'm playing TF2 right now. Nice. Are you winning? I haven't played TF2 in like 2 or 3 years. And even then, it was like my first time playing it. No one has capped the intel yet. Gotcha. Okay. I have a feeling we're going to get the second one quicker. I think the first one was just kind of like, all right, you finally got it. Now, the second one will come quicker. This is my prediction. No, I walked too fast. Ugh. Big Sag. At least that didn't happen on the last chain. That would have been devastating. But still, not a good feeling when that happens. And guess what? My mouse just decided to die. So 1 second, I need to plug my mouse in because otherwise I can't continue doing this. The nice thing about having a wireless mouse is you don't really have to worry about it being plugged in, but every once in a while it needs to get charged. And unfortunately, this is just one of those I cannot speak. Instances. All right, here we go. Mouse is working now. We're good. We're back in tip-top shape. Okay. All right, another repel. Said I'm on Turbine. We have 3 snipers. Oh, shoot. One second, guys. All right. Got a text message. You're back? Welcome back, Swift. I'm back too. Got a text message that I was just responding back to. I have some plans tonight, so I just wanted to coordinate times. Time zones are a very fickle thing. I hate time zones. Absolutely hate them. I'm not even sure I remember what the shiny for Timpole looks like, actually. But I know I need it still. Alright, yes, repel. Okay, 21. Not gonna lie, the one thing I hate about Season 3 is they did dot so dirty in Season 3. I get that they did the same for Season 1, but come on, after exploring with them for Season 2. See, I have no idea what any of that means, because I haven't seen it yet. No idea. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. I think that was 24. You'll see in the future. Yeah. My taps aren't being registered on the counter. Like, I keep tapping, and it's not, like, registering taps. It's slightly frustrating. Like I said, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. Things will stop working. Like, for example, we had the Pokemon avatars for the chat and stuff, and that just stopped working. Up and stopped working. I updated it, got it all like patched and everything, and for some reason it just doesn't work now. And I'm salty because I paid a decent amount of money for that, for it to just not work. But you know what? It'd be like that sometimes. Okay, time to throw on another max elixir. Completely out of PPM Scrummy. That's crazy. Alright, we should have 50 now, which means we'll be good for another 50 encounters, give or take. Oh my gosh, I just realized it's almost 2 p.m. and I haven't had lunch yet. I'm starving. I had breakfast at like 7 something. I haven't eaten since then. And I've been running around like a madman all day. I am hungry. I don't know what I'm going to do for lunch today, though. But I should probably figure something out. I haven't had breakfast yet. Well, it's still early for you, right? But 2 o'clock here, 1, 12, 11, yeah. I don't have breakfast till after 11 sometimes. But today, just because I was like up and running around doing stuff, I had early breakfast. But I need some foods. I do have an Arizona fruit punch, though, right here at my desk. And that stuff's good. Pretzel pizza? Oh, that sounds really good. Don't tempt me, Swift. I'll do it. You were the one that told me about it, that the fact that it was back. And I'm very glad you told me about it. Like, the fact that you mentioned it made me very happy, because I did end up getting one, and I wouldn't have known that they were back. So I'm glad, but I also got in trouble with Mrs. Crestfallen, because she was like, you had a pizza party without me, and didn't invite me. I was like, you're at work. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I like the deep dish. It's just better and so good. Yeah, Little Caesars deep dish is so good. I don't really get it. I don't really get Little Caesars very often. Like, it's just not my go-to place. But I will agree, their deep dish is really good. But that pretzel pizza, though, so dang good. I actually almost tried the pretzel pizza stuffed crust. I was actually really intrigued by that. And I feel like if I were going to get another one before it's gone, I'll probably try the stuffed crust one, because I actually really want to see what that's all about. Maybe we get that tomorrow and just don't tell Mrs. Crestfallen. What do you guys think? I don't like stuffed crust. It's nasty to me. I mean, I guess that's fair. I suppose that's fair. I'm just curious what the stuffed crust pretzel would be like. You know what I mean? Like, I imagine the pretzel with the cheese would be, like, different than a normal stuffed crust. I could be wrong. I was intrigued. But I also very well just might be like, you know what? Let's just go with the OG pretzel crust, because honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's my thought. So I'll give you guys a funny little brief story today. So like I said, I had to go to Home Depot, and I'm over at Home Depot. If you've ever been to a Home Depot, most of the employees that work at Home Depot are older, and a lot of them seem to be somewhat experienced with home repair projects and whatnot. And then most of the customers are people who are doing repairs, and like construction people and like carpenters and all that stuff, right? And then there's me, who I'm like, all right, well, I need 2 specific items. So I was trying to find the one item, could not find it, and like I asked somebody, I'm like, hey, do you know where this item is? And they were like, oh yeah, it should be that aisle over there. So I go look, and it's not there. Surprise, surprise. And so I then keep looking, and then I find a second person, and I ask them, and they're like, oh yeah, it should be over at this section. I go look, and it's not. And then finally, I give up on asking somebody, and I find what I'm looking for. I get the first product, no problem. And then I realize, I don't know where the second product is either. So I'm walking around, and this time I decide I'm not going to ask anybody for help. I'm just like, I'll figure it out. I'll find it myself. And this guy walks up, who must have been like, I don't know, barely old enough to work. And I have to say, was the most helpful Home Depot employee I've ever met before. Like, he was very young, and it could have been his first job for all I know. Like, he was just really, really young and very eager to try and help and assist. And I told him what I was looking for, And then he was just like, oh, he's like, let me pull up the online reviews and let you know which one is the highest reviews so you can buy the best one. And I was like, okay, that's actually a great idea. It hadn't even crossed my mind. Thank you. So he pulls up the whole reviews and everything, and we look at the different ones. He finds the one that has the best reviews. I get the product, and overall was very, very impressed by a young person who is so willing to help. Although, here's the thing that was really funny. He called me sir like 3 times, which made me feel old as crap. And I guess to him I was, but it was just really funny. My thought process when I get a job, okay, I have this much money, I can buy a pretzel pizza with it or save for something else, right? But pizza's good. You know, like, when I got my first job, I feel like I got pizzas a lot because it's just like, I have money, I can get pizza. But then it's like, oh, but I want other stuff that costs more, so, like, you end up having to save. But you can still get pizza, though. I will say though, when you're young, enjoy being young for as long as you can, because typically once you start working, you do not stop working. So, if you can help it and go without working, you know, for a couple more years, because I know you're still a younger person, Swift. Enjoy it while you have it. That's all I'm gonna say. I know I was very eager to work when I was younger, and I enjoyed my job. My first job was very exciting. My second job was exciting. I have always enjoyed work. But I tell you, it gets stressful the older you get. Especially when you start having an apartment or a house, pets, all that stuff. So. Oh, I see you in person, I would say the same thing. You'd call me sir? Oh my gosh. Mr. Sir Crestfallen, sir? Well, it's funny because I think Jack already calls me uncle. Like, he calls me Unk, which I think is short for uncle. Yes, and fossil. And fossil! Whoa! Is that what you call your own parents? Your parents are older than me. Toadsworth? Bruh. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. We need to get the second shiny rat. I actually don't know if I get the reference, but it was funny regardless. Yo, what the heck is this? Rattata just killed me. This got murked by a rat. What the heck? That's not cool. I mean, respect to elders, literally. Ah, I see. Crest, how did you and Mrs. Crestfallen meet? Okay, so, fun story. So basically, what happened was, right? I have always been a person who liked playing like Pokemon, Super Smash Bros., Legend of Zelda, all those kind of games, right? I was never much of like a shooter person. It's never been my genre, you know? And Caleb, who I've done like my Soul Links and stuff with, he was like, dude, there's this new game. We got to try it. It's called Valorant. This is when Valorant came out first. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be my type of game. And he's like, come on, just try it, right? So I'm like, all right, fine. I download the game. I get the game. And, you know, we queue up. And it's literally, I think it's like our second game ever. Our second ever game playing. Well, he played a little bit, but my second game ever. And we just so happened to queue up. And the other two people on the other team, on the same team, they had mics, and so we're all talking. And it turns out one of them was Mrs. Crestfallen. Now, I had no idea, obviously, at the time, what would become of that. But we ended up joining a Discord server for Valorant, and we were all talking and hanging out pretty frequently, a couple times a week. And then eventually, after, I don't know, probably like a couple years, me and Mrs. Crestfallen started just talking like one-on-one and hanging out and stuff. And then eventually we started hanging out and talking a lot. And then we officially got together. And then shortly after getting together, I moved over here. And I've been here for 2 years now. So, all thanks to Valorant. And honestly, thanks to Caleb, too, because if he hadn't convinced me to play that game, I wouldn't have met Mrs. Crestfallen. So, kind of funny. And funny enough, she wasn't really a Pokemon fan before, but now she is a really big Pokemon fan and has gotten into Pokemon a lot. So, it's crazy how it's from Valorant. Imagine if he didn't accept the game. Right, that's what I'm saying! Straight up! If I had just been like, nah, I don't want to play Valorant, like, or for some reason, like, just that particular game, if someone had dodged, or if it just, like, disconnected or something, like, it's actually crazy. But, you know, everything works out for a reason. But yeah, my best decision ever was to play Valorant that day. Okay, we are at, what are we at, 73 right now? And we got our last one at 91. So hopefully we can get this second shiny Rattata a little bit quicker than 91. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But at the same time, this rat has been eluding us, and we did get one, but it might still give us trouble. Crest, I set a younger version of Toadsworth in the Discord. I forgot how he looked for a sec, and I would violate you if I show you a picture of Toadsworth. Wait, hold on. Where did you put this? In general? Ah, okay, that's right. Toadsworth is I forget what game. Is he from Captain Toad? Is that the game he shows up in, or is he just like in the Mario universe in general? Yeah, that's me. That's me if I was a toad. Or whatever species of what toad is. What is toad species? Are they just toadstools? Is that what they are? Mushroom people? I don't think I ever really paid attention to what like their species is called. You're just saying this is Toadsworth. Gotcha. Crest, who's your main in Mario Kart? I'm actually sad since Diddy, who's my main, isn't in Mario Kart Worlds. So usually when I play Mario Kart, I feel like my main has been Dry Bowser. I remember like seeing like some YouTube video a long time ago where this person was like, Dry Bowser with this car and these wheels and this glider makes for the best Mario Kart rider. And I think since then, I just tried doing that, and it doesn't really help. I inherently have bad luck when it comes to Mario Kart. Like, if I manage to get into first place, it spells my doom. Because if I'm in first place, then I never stay in first place. And then I can never get back to first place, and then everything bad happens. I also have comical bad luck with getting hit by, like, every single projectile possible. Which is why I don't really like to play Mario Kart a lot. So I play it every once in a while, because if I played Mario Kart regularly, I would absolutely just go mental. I'm cracked at Mario Kart. You are kind of cracked at Mario Kart from what I remember. I remember during the charity stream, you were absolutely popping off. I do know for a fact that at some point, when I do have a Switch 2, I will probably do a Mario Kart, like, tournament, or, like, some kind of, like, stream for it, or something. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. We'll probably do another Mario Kart stream, just for, like, the actual Switch one as well at some point. You know, actually, what I would love, I don't know if they even announced this yet, but I know they said that they were going to be doing the GameCube, like, emulator on the Switch too. I would absolutely love if they released Mario Kart Double Dash for the emulator and then made it so that it had, like, online compatibility, so that way you could do, like, online races in Mario Kart Double Dash. That one, I actually used to be really good at. So if they did that, that would be sick. But again, we'll see what happens. Alright, let's see if we can get the shiny Rattata. Come on. Getting back up towards 90 again. Oh my gosh. Right, 88. Which part were you where you said I'm just saying this is Toadsworth? I got you. I got you. I'm just saying I honestly would probably be that toadstool. That would be me. If I was whatever species toads are. I'm cooked. I'm gonna be cooked if I don't get this shiny rat, man. Alright. I'm gonna be sent in the timeout corner. Nah, you haven't done anything to be sent into the timeout corner. I'm about to send this Rattata to the timeout corner, though. I'll tell you that right now. Hang on one second, guys.